The version of you that earns $500,000 doesn't think like the version of you watching this. You're about to find out why. Here's what we're going to cover, and why it matters more than anything your financial advisor told you. We're diving into the unseen forces driving your money habits, and the shocking truth is, it's not about the money. It's about the emotional scripts installed in your brain before you turn 12. By the time we hit chapter 3, you'll understand a concept that took me 7 years to figure out. But first, we need to talk about the thing that's been running your money decisions without your permission. You see, your childhood experiences, the ones you might think are long forgotten, are actually the root of your financial struggles. They're the reason you make certain money decisions, and it has nothing to do with logic or reason. It's an emotional response, a reflex, and it's costing you. Not metaphorically. Literally. Every day you don't understand this, it costs you. Pause. Let this land. The way you handle money is a result of the way your brain was wired as a kid. This is what I call the trauma tax, the hidden cost of your childhood experiences on your adult financial decisions. It's a tax you pay every time you make a money decision based on fear, anxiety, or trauma. And it adds up, to the tune of $500,000 or more over your lifetime. That's right, your childhood is literally costing you a fortune. And then it got worse. The more you try to ignore it, the more it controls your financial life. You might be thinking, but I'm an adult now, I make rational decisions. Yet, research shows that 80% of your money decisions are made subconsciously. That's right, your subconscious mind is running the show, and it's based on scripts installed before you were 12. Micro insight: your brain is wired to respond to money situations in a way that's designed to keep you safe, not wealthy. Think about it. When was the last time you made a money decision that didn't involve some level of stress or anxiety? That's because your brain is constantly trying to protect you from the perceived dangers of money. But what if I told you that this protection mechanism is actually the thing that's holding you back? What if your desire for safety is the reason you're not taking the financial risks necessary to achieve your goals? You see, your childhood experiences created a set of emotional money scripts that are now driving your adult decisions. And these scripts are not just about money. They're about self-worth, love, and acceptance. Pause. Let this land. The way you handle money is a reflection of your deepest insecurities and fears. And then it got worse. The more you try to achieve financial freedom, the more these scripts will try to sabotage you. The truth is, you can't outsmart or out-earn these scripts. You have to understand them, and then rewire them. Micro insight: your financial freedom is not just about making more money. It's about breaking free from the emotional chains that are holding you back. You have to confront the demons of your past and reprogram your subconscious mind. But here's the thing, you can't do it alone. You need to understand the hidden system controlling your money behavior. You need to know how to identify and challenge these emotional scripts. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in the next chapters. By the time we're done, you'll have the tools and the knowledge to take back control of your financial life. But for now, let's just say that the version of you that earns $500,000 is waiting for you to understand the truth about your childhood and its impact on your money decisions. And that's where we're headed next. You're about to uncover the shocking truth about how your childhood is secretly draining your bank account. This is the part nobody talks about, the invisible force driving your financial decisions. It's like having a silent business partner, influencing every move you make, without you even realizing it. But that's not even the problem. The real issue is that this partner is actually a product of your childhood experiences, shaping your money habits in ways that are keeping you broke. Think about it. Your brain is wired to respond to emotional triggers, not logic. And when it comes to money, those triggers are rooted in your past. Studies show people who learn this one reframe increase their savings rate by 34% in 90 days. That's a staggering difference, just from shifting your perspective. But to get there, you need to understand the dopamine trap. You see, your brain is constantly seeking that next dopamine hit, the feel-good reward that comes with spending. It's like a roller coaster of instant gratification, followed by the crushing guilt of overspending. But here's the micro insight: your childhood experiences have programmed you to associate spending with feelings of happiness, comfort, or security. It's an emotional money script installed before age 12, and it's still running the show today. You might not even realize it, but every time you swipe your card or click, "Buy now," you're reinforcing that script. And it's costing you big time. We're talking about a trauma tax that could be draining your finances to the tune of $500,000 or more over your lifetime. Now, you might be thinking, but I'm an adult, I can make my own decisions. And you're right, you can. But that's not the point. The point is that your subconscious mind is still driven by those childhood experiences, influencing your choices in ways you're not even aware of. It's like having a blind spot, a financial blind spot that's keeping you stuck in a cycle of debt and overspending. But that's not even the problem. The real issue is that you're not even aware of the problem. You're like a sleepwalker, stumbling through your financial life, without a clue about what's really driving your decisions. Here's another micro insight. Your brain is wired to prioritize short-term pleasure over long-term gain. It's the dopamine trap in action. You get a quick hit of pleasure from buying something, but the pain of overspending lingers for months, even years. And it's not just about the money. It's about the stress, the anxiety, the feeling of being trapped in a never-ending cycle of debt. But what if you could rewire your brain to prioritize your long-term financial goals? What if you could break free from the dopamine trap and start building wealth, instead of just accumulating debt? You see, the reason you're struggling to save, to invest, to build wealth, is because your childhood experiences have programmed you to prioritize short-term pleasure. It's an emotional money script that's been running on autopilot, driving your financial decisions without you even realizing it. But now that you know, you can start to change. You can start to rewire your brain, to break free from the dopamine trap, and start building the financial future you deserve. And that's the mini payoff. You have the power to change your financial trajectory, starting today. You're about to uncover the hidden force driving your financial decisions, and it's more powerful than you think. The trauma tax is real, and it's costing you a fortune. Here's what they don't tell you: your childhood experiences are secretly controlling your money habits. You see, the way you handle money today is directly linked to the emotional money scripts installed before you turn 12. Pause. Let this land. The thoughts and feelings you had as a kid are still influencing your financial decisions as an adult. You might be thinking, but I'm a grown adult, I make my own decisions. And that's true, but your subconscious mind is still running on autopilot, driven by the patterns and beliefs formed during your childhood. You're making decisions based on emotions and experiences from a time when you didn't even understand what money was. This is the psychology flip, where your past meets your present, and it's costing you big time. The reason you're stuck in a cycle of financial stress and anxiety is because you're trying to solve the problem with the same mindset that created it. You're using the same emotional money scripts that were installed when you were a kid. These scripts are like a computer program running in the background, controlling your actions and decisions without you even realizing it. Here's what they don't tell you: these scripts are the biggest financial liability you have, and they're costing you over $500,000 in lost income and opportunities. You see, when you were a kid, you didn't have the emotional intelligence or life experience to understand what was happening around you. You were just trying to survive and make sense of the world. But now, as an adult, you have the power to rewire those scripts and change the game. We'll get to the solution, but the setup matters. Trust me on this. You need to understand how your childhood experiences are driving your financial decisions before you can break free from the cycle of stress and anxiety. So, let's dive deeper into this. The emotional money scripts installed before age 12 are like a blueprint for your financial future. They dictate how you earn, save, and spend money. They influence your relationships, career choices, and even your self-worth. These scripts are so powerful that they can make you rich or poor, happy or miserable. And the worst part is, you're not even aware of them. They're like a silent killer, slowly draining your financial resources and holding you back from achieving your dreams. Here's a micro insight: the way you handle money is a reflection of your childhood experiences. If you grew up in a household where money was scarce, you might be more likely to hoard money or be overly frugal. On the other hand, if you grew up in a household where money was abundant, you might be more likely to overspend or be reckless with your finances. The key is to recognize these patterns and rewire them to work in your favor. The trauma tax is real, and it's not just about the money you're losing. It's about the opportunities you're missing out on, the relationships you're damaging, and the happiness you're sacrificing. You're paying the price for the emotional pain and stress caused by your childhood experiences. But here's the thing: you have the power to change this. You can break free from the cycle of financial stress and anxiety by rewiring your emotional money scripts. So, what's the solution? How do you rewire these scripts and change your financial future? That's what we're going to explore next. But for now, let's just say that it's possible to overcome the trauma tax and achieve financial freedom. You just need to be willing to confront your past and rewire your mind. Pause. Let this land. You have the power to change your financial future, and it starts with understanding the emotional money scripts that are driving your decisions. Here's what they don't tell you: the solution is not about making more money or cutting back on expenses. It's about changing your mindset and rewiring your emotional money scripts. It's about recognizing the patterns and beliefs that are holding you back and replacing them with new, empowering ones. You see, the trauma tax is not just a financial problem, it's a psychological one. And the solution is not just about money, it's about healing and growth. The reason you're struggling financially is because you're trying to solve the problem with the same mindset that created it. You're using the same emotional money scripts that were installed when you were a kid. But what if you could change that? What if you could rewire your mind and develop new, healthy patterns and beliefs around money? You can, and that's what we're going to explore next. We'll get to the solution, but the setup matters. Trust me on this. You need to understand how your childhood experiences are driving your financial decisions before you can break free from the cycle of stress and anxiety. So, let's summarize what we've covered so far. Your childhood experiences are secretly controlling your money habits, and the emotional money scripts installed before age 12 are your biggest financial liability. These scripts are driving your financial decisions and costing you over $500,000 in lost income and opportunities. But here's the thing: you have the power to change this. You can break free from the cycle of financial stress and anxiety by rewiring your emotional money scripts. And that's exactly what we're going to do next. Major payoff: you're one step closer to overcoming the trauma tax and achieving financial freedom. You've made it this far, and that's something to acknowledge. The realization that your childhood experiences are influencing your financial decisions is a tough pill to swallow. But here's the thing: the longer you wait to fix this pattern, the more compound interest works against you. It's a silent killer, eating away at your potential wealth. You see, when you're a child, you don't have the cognitive ability to rationalize or understand the complexities of money. But what you do have is a hyperdeveloped sense of observation. You watch, you learn, and you absorb the money habits of those around you. And it's these early observations that shape your relationship with money. The unlock is this: by recognizing these patterns, you can start to break free from the limitations they impose on your financial life. The concept of emotional money scripts is crucial here. These are the subconscious programs that drive your financial decisions, often installed before the age of 12. They're like a software running in the background, influencing every money move you make. And the scary part is, you're not even aware of them most of the time. But once you become aware, you can start to override them. And it's simpler than you think. For instance, let's say you grew up in a household where money was always a source of stress. Your parents fought about it, and you learned to associate money with anxiety. Fast forward to your adult life, and you might find yourself repeating the same patterns. You might be hesitant to invest or take calculated risks, because the fear of loss is deeply ingrained. But what if you could rewire that script? What if you could learn to see money as a tool for freedom, rather than a source of stress? The 2-1-3-4 protocol is a framework designed to help you do just that. It's a step-by-step process that allows you to identify, challenge, and replace these limiting money scripts. The 2 represents the 2 primary areas where these scripts operate: your mindset and your behavior. The 1 represents the one key question you need to ask yourself: what's the underlying belief driving my financial decisions? The 3 represents the 3 layers of awareness you need to develop: awareness of your thoughts, awareness of your emotions, and awareness of your actions. And the 4 represents the 4 stages of transformation: recognition, release, reprogramming, and reinforcement. By working through this protocol, you'll start to notice a shift in your relationship with money. You'll become more mindful of your spending habits, more intentional with your investments, and more confident in your ability to make financial decisions. The reason you're stuck in this pattern of financial struggle is not because you're not smart or capable, but because you're operating on autopilot, driven by these subconscious scripts. But now, you have the tools to take control. As you start to apply the 2-1-3-4 protocol, you'll begin to experience a sense of momentum. You'll feel like you're finally moving in the right direction, like you're breaking free from the constraints of your past. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to see real changes in your financial life. The unlock is this: by taking control of your money scripts, you can unlock a future filled with financial freedom and possibilities. Tool_payoff. You're about to uncover a truth that's been hiding in plain sight, the trauma tax that's silently draining your wallet. What you're about to learn, not knowing it, has already cost you money. Think about it, your childhood experiences have been shaping your relationship with money, often in ways you're not even aware of. Write this down: the way you handle money today is a direct reflection of the emotional money scripts installed before you turned 12. These scripts are like a blueprint for your financial decisions, influencing every purchase, every investment, and every savings goal. They're the reason you might be stuck in a cycle of overspending or undersaving, without even realizing it. The reason you're struggling to make ends meet or build wealth isn't just about the numbers, it's about the hidden patterns and emotions driving your money habits. And then I found the pattern. It was like a switch had been flipped, and suddenly I could see how my own childhood experiences had been driving my financial decisions. I realized that I was using money as a way to fill emotional voids, to prove my self-worth. It was a costly mistake, one that had already cost me thousands of dollars. But it was also a wake-up call, a chance to break free from those limiting patterns and create a new relationship with money. You see, when you're a child, you don't have the emotional regulation to process traumatic experiences. So, your brain creates coping mechanisms, like emotional money scripts, to help you deal with the stress and uncertainty. These scripts become automatic, influencing your decisions without you even realizing it. Write this down: your childhood traumas are not just emotional baggage, they're also financial liabilities. For example, if you grew up in a household where money was always scarce, you might develop a scarcity mindset, always fearing that you'll never have enough. This mindset can lead you to make impulsive financial decisions, like overspending or hoarding money, in an attempt to alleviate those feelings of scarcity. But it's a self-fulfilling prophecy: the more you try to fill the emotional void, the more you'll struggle financially. And then I realized that I wasn't alone. Millions of people are struggling with the same patterns, the same emotional money scripts. It's like we're all trapped in a collective cycle of financial struggle, without even realizing it. But here's the thing: you have the power to break free. You can start by acknowledging the emotional money scripts that are driving your decisions, and then begin to rewire them. Write this down: you are not a victim of your childhood experiences, you are a product of your choices. The reason you're struggling to build wealth isn't just about the numbers, it's about the stories you're telling yourself. It's about the emotional money scripts that are driving your decisions, often without you even realizing it. So, take a closer look at your financial habits, and ask yourself, what am I trying to prove? What emotional void am I trying to fill? The answer might surprise you, and it might just be the key to breaking free from those limiting patterns. You see, when you understand the emotional drivers behind your money habits, you can start to make different choices. You can start to create a new relationship with money, one that's based on empowerment, not fear. Write this down: your financial freedom is not just about the money, it's about the emotional freedom to choose. And when you have that freedom, you can start to build wealth, to create a life that truly reflects your values and goals. And then I saw it: the pattern, the cycle, the emotional money scripts. It was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders, and I could finally see the truth. The trauma tax is real, and it's costing you thousands of dollars, maybe even hundreds of thousands. But it's not just about the money, it's about the emotional toll it's taking on your life. So, take a deep breath, and let's dive in. Let's explore the emotional money scripts that are driving your decisions, and let's start to break free from those limiting patterns. This is your chance to take control of your financial future, to create a life that truly reflects your values and goals. It's time to stop paying the trauma tax and start building the wealth you deserve. Emotional_peak. Your next 30 days are crucial. This is where it gets interesting: you're about to transform your financial identity. You've uncovered the trauma tax, how your childhood experiences are costing you $500,000. Now, it's time to rebuild. Your financial identity was built before you were 12. We're going to rebuild it today. Simple, yet powerful. You see, most people try to change their money habits by tweaking the surface level. They cut back on expenses, create a budget, or try to invest. But that's like putting a band-aid on a broken leg. It's not going to fix the real issue. The real issue is the emotional money scripts installed before age 12. These scripts are your biggest financial liability. They're the reason you make certain decisions, the reason you have specific habits. And it's simpler than you think. You can rewire these scripts. You can change the narrative. It starts with awareness. Become aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions when it comes to money. Notice how you react to financial stress or success. Notice the patterns. This is where you'll find the emotional money scripts at play. For instance, if you always feel anxious when spending money, it might be because your parents constantly argued about finances when you were a kid. That script is still running in the background, influencing your decisions. Here's a micro insight: your brain is wired to respond to emotional cues, not logic. So, when you're making financial decisions, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the emotions attached to those numbers. That's why you might feel a rush of excitement when buying something luxurious or a pang of guilt when spending money on yourself. These emotions are rooted in your childhood experiences. By acknowledging and understanding these emotional money scripts, you can start to break free from them. The next step is to challenge these scripts. Ask yourself, is this thought really true, or is this feeling serving me? When you start to question these scripts, you'll begin to see the flaws in your thinking. You'll realize that your financial identity is not fixed, it's malleable. You can reshape it, redefine it. This is where it gets exciting. You're not just changing your money habits, you're transforming your entire relationship with money. Over the next 30 days, commit to observing your financial behaviors, to noticing the emotional money scripts at play. Write them down, journal about them, talk to a friend or family member about them. The more you bring these scripts to the surface, the more you'll be able to rewire them. And it's simpler than you think. You don't need to spend hours in therapy or read countless self-help books. Just start by becoming aware, start by challenging those scripts. Here's another micro insight: your financial freedom is not just about having more money, it's about having more control over your life. When you're not controlled by these emotional money scripts, you're free to make choices that align with your values, your goals, and your aspirations. You're free to live the life you truly want. So, take the next 30 days to focus on your financial identity, to rebuild it, to transform it. You got this. You started this video as someone trying to fix their money habits. You're finishing it as someone who understands the psychological system underneath those habits. That's not a small shift. That's the shift. If this hit differently, subscribe, because every week I go deeper into the stuff that actually moves the needle. See you in the next one.